I would say definitely not a rematch. I mean, I made him quit on the stool. It's not like there was, he hurt me. I think it was 3-1. I've done 3 rounds to 1. You know, in any election, that's a domination.
The 3 doctors and the ref, Ilia really wanted to continue. And then, and I actually think he probably won that round too.
Yeah.
That he went into.
Round 4?
His corner, I think, stopped the fight, and props to them.
Justin Gaethje has made it clear that another fight with Ilia Topuria isn't part of his plans. After beating Topuria in the headline bout at UFC Freedom 250 to capture the lightweight title, Gaethje didn't stop at celebrating the victory. He also labeled his former opponent a quitter. Fighters and fans alike have begun choosing sides as the fallout continues. Here's a look at how that unforgettable night unfolded, when Justin Gaethje stepped onto the White House South Lawn and delivered a performance that changed everything. The White House South Lawn served as the backdrop for one of the most remarkable scenes the UFC has ever witnessed.
The guy is just, he has zero quit in him. It doesn't exist. Like, if you're looking for quit, you go into a room, it's empty. The quit room has no one in it. There's nothing in there. He's not going to quit. He can lose because he's a human, but he's not going to quit. And he's also been into the deep trenches before. The deep trenches of these 5-round, chaotic, insane battles. And oddly, he thrives in those kind of battles. He's a guy, he's described as the most violent man in the most violent sport.
Joe Rogan's comments perfectly explain why this outcome caught so many people off guard. Justin Gaethje has spent his career proving he can survive the kind of brutal fights that break most competitors, battling through knockdowns, heavy shots, and relentless pressure from elite opponents, without ever losing his determination to move forward. Because of that reputation, many expected him to be the one absorbing damage instead of controlling the action. Yet the fight unfolded in the opposite direction as Gaethje repeatedly pushed Ilia Topuria back and dictated the pace. The change was impossible to ignore, and the full impact of the punishment Topuria endured became even more evident when Dana White addressed the media after the event.
The 3 doctors and the ref, Ilia really wanted to continue, and then and I actually think he probably won that round too.
Yeah.
That he went into.
Round
and
4?
then his corner, I think, stopped the fight, and props to them. I would never say anything. Listen, if you're thinking about retiring and that's what you want to do, you know, it's probably what you should do. But on the flip side, you just beat an undefeated badass, you know, decisively. Finished him, and I don't know, it's just something that he needs to work out with you know, himself and his own mind, and with his family, obviously.
Yeah, Ilia's in the hospital. He's busted up. You know, I'm not a doctor, but his eye looked like he probably has broken orbital. I don't know that's not a fact, but I'm just assuming. And my plans for him are to go home and rest and recover and take his time. And you know, tonight was a rough night for him. I just want to make sure he's healthy and good, and not even thinking about him fighting again. Just want him to go home and relax.
That is what makes the aftermath of this fight so compelling. Dana White explained that Ilia Topuria was prepared to keep fighting, but his corner chose to stop the contest instead. In hindsight, that decision may have protected him, as White later revealed that Topuria was taken to the hospital following the bout with significant injuries, including a suspected orbital injury. Those details have fueled an ongoing debate among fans, with some arguing that Topuria has earned another opportunity because the stoppage wasn't his decision, while others believe the punishment Justin Gaethje handed out was convincing enough to show that a rematch isn't necessary.
Immediate reaction after beating Ilia Topuria.
Trying to enjoy this moment, and yeah, it was such a crazy ride. We had a lot of delays. A couple of the rehearsal. Again, I wouldn't recommend this to my enemy. We are some of the toughest people on this earth. The body shots were crazy. I mean, he was really, really fast, but you know, when he didn't get the finish at the end of the second round, I think it really took his spirit. And, you know, again, I said it in the press conference leading up. I was like, he really backed himself into a corner saying he's going to be so dominant. And I said it. When we go to the second round, you're going to be like, what the fuck? When we go to the third round, you're going to be like, what the fuck? And, you know, that's what I did tonight.
Did you feel he was broken after he didn't get that finish?
I never felt he was broken because he was so dangerous at the whole time. But in the third round, when I started landing those jabs, when he started finding his back foot, I knew something was different.
Alex Pereira's first reaction applause.
Do you think Ilia's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one.
Wow.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. What else do I have to do? His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Patty or someone like that.
Justin Gaethje believes Ilia Topuria should face someone like Patty next. But the point he's making goes far beyond a single punch or even an individual round. In his view, the fight changed the moment Topuria couldn't secure the finish and was forced into a situation he hadn't anticipated. Before this matchup, Topuria had built a reputation for dominating opponents, overwhelming top-level fighters, and making world-class competition appear outmatched. For the opening 2 rounds, it seemed like he was on track to do the same against Gaethje. Then, the momentum shifted. The danger remained and the pressure never eased. But Gaethje believes Topuria's confidence began to disappear, and he says he could sense that change as the fight unfolded. That brings the conversation back to the question fans continue to debate. If Topuria was injured, wanted to keep fighting, and the stoppage came from his corner, has he earned another title opportunity? Or did Gaethje's performance settle the rivalry once and for all? The reactions that followed only added more fuel to that discussion.
The main event was the greatest fight of all time. It literally was the greatest fight of all time. Because the guy that won it, Justin Gaethje, was in many books 6-1 favorite, 6-1 underdog rather, which is crazy odds for a guy that was a interim lightweight champion, fought the best of the best, one of the best to ever do it, BMF champion. I mean, just super durable, real dangerous guy. And that's how good Ilia Topuria is. That's how good Ilia Topuria is. Ilia Topuria, in many people's eyes, is the most skilled of the new generation, and the new generation is the most skilled of all time. And Ilia was like the top of the mountain. And most people thought that he was going to be too much, and he was too much for a while. And he almost took Justin out in the second round. And then Justin rallied. And then Ilia, it looked like he got really damaged in either the first or the second round, and he was having real trouble seeing out of one of his eyes. And then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilia had slowed down quite a bit. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin in the second. And sometimes when you try to finish a guy, you just hit the gas way too much and you can't recover in between rounds. And Justin recovered, and Justin started battering Ilia in the third and fourth. And by the end of the fourth round, Ilia quit on his stool. He couldn't see out of either eye. He had gotten kneed into the body real bad when he was on the ground. Justin had him down with his 2 hands and just smashed a knee into his rib cage, and you could see him go like that. And that was the end of the round. And then he had to retire on his stool. I mean, you think
he broke a rib?
That probably could have happened, but I think maybe more significantly was the eye damage. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was fucked up. He'd taken so many punches to the face, and it looked like perhaps orbital damage, like maybe he had a fractured orbital, because his whole thing had just swollen up on both sides. He was unrecognizable. And, the guy hung in there as long as he could. But when you can't see, you can't see. And when you're that battered, sometimes it's smart to stop. And he's a very smart guy. And I think he realized, I can't defend myself right now. I can't see. This guy's...
The reason this matchup is still at the center of so many discussions goes beyond Justin Gaethje's victory. It comes from how unexpected the result was. Before the fight, Ilia Topuria wasn't seen as just another title holder. Many viewed him as the next dominant force in the sport and a fighter who looked nearly impossible to beat. That context is why Joe Rogan's praise of the bout as one of the greatest ever resonates with so many people. This wasn't the result of a fortunate punch or a disputed scorecard. It was an experienced veteran overcoming the toughest test of his career by adjusting under pressure and turning the fight in his favor. As fans celebrated one of the biggest upsets in recent memory, attention quickly shifted to another topic: the extent of the punishment Topuria had absorbed. With each new update after the event, the seriousness of his condition appeared to become even more apparent.
Rob's nose?
Yeah.
You ever seen the x-ray of Rob's nose?
No.
Did I send it to you?
It looks like a spine.
Dude,
He's got 33 vertebrae
No,
on
actually,
his nose.
I mean,
it's literally fucking crazy.
I've had 3 broken noses. I've had it fixed twice.
Yeah, I know you had it fixed.
That
You know,
shit
this
sucks.
is one.
Orbital
There
suck.
it is.
Orbital
That's
suck.
Marab's nose.
Oh my god.
Oh
Holy
my god.
smokes.
I mean, that's
That looks like a long cocaine binge right there. It took out the whole fucking left side of his nose.
that looks like you
Holy-
got hit with a sledgehammer. I mean,
That's crazy.
That nose is crazy.
That is crazy.
Combat sports are unforgiving. Fans witness the punches, the cuts, and the unforgettable moments inside the cage, but they rarely see everything that comes after the final bell. The surgeries, the rehabilitation, and the long months spent recovering are often hidden from view. When fighters and analysts begin talking about broken orbital bones, fractured noses, and lengthy recovery periods, it becomes clear how high the physical cost of both winning and losing can be. That reality has divided opinions, with some believing Ilia Topuria should receive another opportunity once he has fully recovered, while others focus on what unfolded during the fight itself. Justin Gaethje and several analysts argue that this wasn't a closely contested bout that slipped away in the closing moments, but one that shifted decisively after the second round. Joe Rogan believes that dramatic change in momentum is exactly what makes the fight so memorable.